So I restarted this. Hopefully it'll work right. Oh, that's a lot better. All right. First again. Try to get this close enough you guys can actually see something. Sorry, my live videos have been less than effective lately. Haven't been doing much live anything. And then all of a sudden, that comes on. Hopefully it helps with the sound a little bit. So, how's everybody? By the way, thank you, Googs. I got those hats and stuff and those shirts. That's awesome, man. I appreciate that. Boy, my stream is terrible on my computer. Anyways, one of the things I want to do is I want to do the 678 live. Let's see. Move my light a little bit. Try to get this more. Merry Christmas to yourself. Yeah, I love it. All right, so $600. I'm going to do it like I normally kind of do this in my, not in necessarily my practice, but I guess it's practice because it's all kind of practice when you're not using real money. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the absolutely normal way I play this, and that's $75 don't. I don't cover it. I don't hedge it. I'm not afraid of it. I don't think you should be afraid of it, because in the big scheme of things, as you make 2s and 3s and 11s and 7s, the 7s pay for themselves when you get the 7s that win. So in the big scheme of things, as long as you'll progress this a little bit, they don't really hurt you. The come out roll, barring it just being loser, loser, loser all in a row, it just doesn't really matter. Here we go, coming out. Five, 4, 9. All right. We got 75 there. We'll put 75 in odds. All right, so when I don't want to roll a 9, I don't really know how to do that. So what I usually do is I go to the 1 3 1 3. That tends to get me what I want, which is inside numbers. 4 1 5. $25. All right, guys. I like to collect 3 times, and the reason I like to collect 3 times, I have very specific reasons for that. Because when you collect 3 times, that's $100, right? So at that point, this is free. You're playing for free. Six, 4, 10. We don't have that right now. And then so that's one of the big advantages of this strategy, is that a lot of the time you're playing for free. You're playing without risk. 6 1 7. Okay, so now think about this. We got one hit, which was $35. Yes, we lose 85, but we make 125. So we lost 85, won 35. That translates to 50. That's there, so you won your 7. All right. We're at 675. Ask away, Mr. Rob. It's 1-7. All right, I'm going to shoot while you ask your question. Here we go. 6-5, yeah, that is unfortunate. But okay, remember guys, in this case, we were playing on a free roll. And that's one of the things that I think is hard for me to explain, is that I'm not going to bump this roll up because I didn't lose anything. All I lost was what I'd won, so I hadn't lost nothing yet. So I'm not going to bump this one up. Now, if I lose here, I'm going to. There's a 6-3-9. I'll count that as a 7, because obviously it was a 7. Oh, no, that was an 11, wasn't it? No, not a 7, huh? Hello, Ontario, Canada. $1,500 bankroll, just going to play 6 and 8. If you go 90 and 90, one hit will get you to 150 on both. Because that's 105, so no, it won't quite get you there, I guess. But it's right there. You could go 102, I guess. 102 would work. $90 pays 105. But yeah, I mean, it's going to get you close. How long would I keep it on? If you're relying on the 6 and 8 to carry you, you're taking a little bit of a risk there. I'm not saying it can't be. I'm not saying it can't carry you, but you're putting a large expectation on a 10 to 6. So you're playing 10 ways to win versus 6 ways to lose, except for when you lose twice. So for every time you lose, you have to have won twice to just break even. So what I would suggest is that instead of playing just the 6 and 8, play the 6 and 8 with a comeback or something to mitigate that 7. But I mean, if you're just going to play just the 6 and 8, if you're that confident in rolling 6s and 8s, I mean, yeah, you're going to play the 6, 8, you're going to play, okay, I got you. So you're talking about the 6, 7, 8. Okay. If you're going to press it right away, you're only covering initial exposure with this. It's only initial exposure that matters. So whatever your initial exposure on your 6 and 8 is all the don't has to cover. So that's all you're looking for. So if your initial exposure here is $180, you should probably have a $200 don't. Or at least $180 don't. If that's how you're going to play. Now, if I was going to do that, if that was me personally and I was going to put a $200 don't and then 90 on each one of those, what I would be doing is each time when I hit one of those, I would reduce this down to 100 and I would take everything down and try to roll a 7 because then I couldn't lose. So after this shot, I'll show that. 628. 628. 35. That's playing big with $1,500. No, it's not a contract bet. You can reduce it. If you're the shooter, they want you to have some kind of line bet. If you're the shooter, they want you to have some kind of line bet. But if you're playing on the don't, you can reduce it all the way down to the table minimum. But if you're not the shooter, you can take your don't all the way off if you prefer. 516, 35 bucks. Okay, so now I've made $70 in this shot. Yeah, it's just your exposure is so high if you're going 90 and 90, because your total exposure at that point to cover that is like $200. With $1,500, that only gives you 6 tries. It's possible. It's not like it's unlikely, but it's just you're risking it. Aces. Especially being your first time, if you're saying it's your first time playing that large. And there's a 4. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're not afraid to play 200 on the don't, if you're not afraid to playing 200 on the don't, you'll be safe. If you're just not afraid of it, because you'll stay under control there. But you can't let it get to you any little bit when you play big. If you play big, you have to just be willing to go for it. Hard 6. All right, so that was my third hit. I appreciate that, Mr. Wild Foodie Tours. Yeah, let me finish out this roll and then I'll show you. Okay, so I've made 3 hits now. So at this point, I would be willing to either A, go to 96 across, take this off, and go to 96 across. Why? Because I've made $100. So it's free. And it's not quite 96 across, because obviously I'm not going to place the 9. Or I would just attack this 9 directly, try to get a 7. But I'm going to go 96 across because I'm shooting relatively well. All right, here we go. One, two, three. I'm supposed to have those on the come-outs. Yeah, that's the way to play, man. Hybrid style. Hybrid is the way to play. And there's the 8. All right, so from here on out, we're going to press because we're already made money. No matter what happens here, even if the don't gets knocked off, we've made $100. So at this point, we're going to press. We're just going to take it to 30. What I like to call a half press, which half press, guys, does not mean it's exactly half the money. It just means that you're pressing and collecting also, not alternating. 415, $21. Stack that up there. So every time we hit, not only are we adding to the profit, but we're adding to the board. And this, the more we hit, the more that's just a profit number. That's just a profit 7. We're going to win 75 bucks on that 7 now when it comes. And there's the 8 for 35, 628. $35. I'm going to go on and get my 6 to 30. So initial exposure's been met. That's what matters. Initial exposure is the only thing that matters. That's it. Once your initial exposure is met, everything else is free. So you should attack. You should be attacking after your initial exposure is met. And there's the 8 again, 6-2. Once that initial exposure is satisfied, you should be on the attack. 35 bucks. I'm going to take the 4 on up. So what happens if we hit a 9? Oh, there's a 314. Good call, Jacob. So what do we do if we hit a 9? I'm going to drop $1 for 50. If we hit a 9, we're just going to go with it. We're going to move over to the pass line and we're going to attack. This is all made money. Look at our rack. We have more than $600 in the rack, guys. We can't lose. There's no losing at this point. 426. And that's what I'm trying to explain a lot in my videos, is I'm trying to explain that once your initial exposure is satisfied, that doesn't look very good, does it? I need to get a second camera. Sorry, guys. Okay, let me ask you a question on the double tap, okay? Sorry, I know I've heard other people say they like this double tap strategy. Okay, I'm gonna bump the 5 up. With the double tap, the huge problem, in my opinion, on the double tap strategy is that you're having to repeat numbers. There's the 415. So that's going to be 35 and 21, 56. The double tap is a CEG strategy. It does. If you can repeat numbers, it's great. Yeah, if you can repeat numbers, it's fantastic. I'm not good at repeating numbers. 6, 4, 10. Yeah, that's an attack mode. There's no doubt about it. Bump that 10. Oh, we got bumped off, finally. Something happened. All right, so our initial exposure coverage, it gets hit, right? Did we lose $75 there? We didn't lose $75 there, guys. We made way more than that in this shot. Way, way more. But if you don't like that, take $75 off of up here. All right? This is another thing. If you don't like it, just take $75 down, guys. Here you go. Got your $75 back. No harm. Look, you got that whole board covered up. Get over here in the pass line. Why do we go to the pass line here? Because we haven't rolled a 7. So there's a good chance we're probably going to roll a 7. I'm going to stick with the 1313. All right, here we go. My bets are off. 314. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to move this on over to the 9. All right, so now here's where it comes into play what type of player you are. A conservative player will take this down or regress it. An aggressive player will just keep going. There's really no reason to regress that unless you're going to go home after this shot. If you're going to go home after this shot, it makes total sense. But if you're not, you might as well leave it. You earned that. You earned it. So why would you take it? Look, in the rack you're up $175 in the rack. So what are you worried about this? If you're not going to leave now, if you're not going to take that down and leave, then why take it down? What? No, I collect for 3 hits. That way I have $100 of my exposure covered. That's what the 3 hits is for. At that point, I go for it. $415. $21. Okay, well, we'll go to 25 then when I do it again. No big deal. And there's the hard 6, $35. I got to start over because I played conservatively. Here we go. $415. $35. $30 people. Well, welcome, y'all. And there's the 8. 35 at 18, that's 56. All right. Here we go. 426. A little short throw. Yeah, it's a lot of people in. $70. I'm going to take this 20. I'm going to put it back here in odds. I don't normally do that, but here we go. 426 again. $70. I'm going to trade this in for 100. Yeah. Here we go. Hard 10. Hard 10. That's going to cost us $2. We're going to get paid 100. Well, that's what they say the best house edge is pass line and odds. Supposedly, that's the best way to play. Oh, and we go out. A lot of money on the board. We had a good shot. It's a good shot. One of my best shots I'll probably have. All right, so what did we end up with on that one? We ended up 325. Oh wait, 350. Good night, Evelyn. So 350, not bad. 2 shooters up 350. Could probably live with that, I would say. But so I'm going to get $1,500 out here to show what I would do in the situation that he is referring to, Mr. Ohio. So 900 and 600 is 1,500. Okay. All right, so if you wanted to play okay, so you're going to play the 6, 7, 8. $1,500, in my opinion, you shouldn't play over $150 here at this point. Mostly because that is 10 of your bankroll. So, you know, you get 10 shots at it at that point. But what I mean by that is 150 on the don't, because that's your exposure. So I would go 150 on this don't, like that, and I would shoot it. I don't cover my don'ts, guys. I don't worry about them, because in the long run they all come back. So between the 2 and the 3, and just winning on the 7, you'll get that don't money back. So I don't worry about covering it. 6, 3, 9. So you get to this point, you got $150 in coverage. You could go 60 and 60. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Going 60 and 60, because that's 120. So your only risk is this 150. This is your only risk. You can't lose both of these. So you're only got 150 at risk. So you're going to win 70. At 70, you're going to be able to add 30 to each one or add 60 to one of them. However you'd feel like doing it. I'm going to shoot the 3V because I'm going to try to hit these numbers and see if I can. And obviously I can't. All right, 5, 2, 7. But that's why, this is why you don't overexpose it right here. This was a 2-shot roll and we made money. It looks like there's a lot out here, but there's really not. It's just this. You're going to get paid. You didn't make a ton, but you made money. And that's the key to it. All right, so let's say that was your shot. So this next one, I'm going to just random roll it, okay? I'm going to show you that it really doesn't matter all that much. The only dice control that matters on this is if you're actually trying to roll a 2 or a 3. And that's why I use dice control on the don't. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to hit that number, or I'm trying to roll a 4. So that's my goal. When I dice control on the don't, I'm trying to hit a 2, 3, or a 4. That's why I use the 1, 2, 1, 3. All right, here we go. We got a hard 10. Hard 10. So you got lucky, I guess, in a way, right? You got the 10. On the 4 and 10, in my opinion, you can be a little more aggressive because you got a big advantage here. You got a big advantage. So when you could go to 90 as long as you're willing to put $100 here in odds. So you could go to 90 if you get the 4 and 10. And this is just my personal opinion on this, because that's 180. And right here, you're going to make 190. So you're still making $10 on the 7, but you're getting a much better payout here. So hopefully we hit one of those, and then we'll regress it. There's a 9. Okay. Obviously, we don't want to hit the 10. There's a 5. You know, the 10, you're taking that risk, but there's only an 8% chance you roll that number. Only 8%. Oh, right, we got a 6. Got that 426. It's going to win 105. Oh, let's get greens. Okay, so now you don't really need the odds no more, because you just won this here. You just won that. So in my opinion, this is only accounting for $50 of exposure. So you still have $50 to use. All right, if you're going to play the hard 10, that eats up your 7 money. You can play the hard 10. I'm not saying you don't, but you're only gaining just a couple percentage points. It's only like 2.5 percentage points is all you're gaining by playing the hard 10. So I don't like it. So right here, remember, you don't need this no more. You can leave it out there, but you don't need it. Now we're going to 120. 120, that's 240. I know this doesn't cover it, but remember, you won $105. So you're still in your exposure range. Oh yeah, we're random rolling. Here we go. Let's see if we can get done. All right, we got the 8. 5, 3, 8. Gotta love random, right? That was a 5, 3, 8, not a 5, 1. All right, so you're in good shape now. This is going to be 140. Okay, so now at this point, you can do whatever you want. You can spread out across the board. You can take your donut down. All the options are open to you. You've made $100 twice. That's more than you put on the board initially. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is more than you put on the board to start with, what you've won. So there's really you can't lose at this point. If you stick this in the rack, there's no losing. So if you did regress, you don't have to have this risk out there. So you're racking up all this change. And in my opinion, if you got to this point right here, I would spread out to the other 3 numbers. I would do this. It's all profit money. There's no reason to not get the other numbers. All right? You're going to get this right here is going to be your bonus at the end. This is a bonus win. You've earned this win already by hitting these numbers. So now all you're doing is it's like an ATM machine. You're just seeing how many times it will spit out money for you. That's all you're doing here. So you win on everything at this point besides the horn and the 10. That's the only numbers you don't win on at this point. I know this is more than 75 out here, but you've won $250. So you're fine. It really doesn't matter what happens at this point. And there's a 1, 2, 3. So, at this point, you are literally on a complete free roll with $150 don't and all those in play. I mean, you don't really get in better shape than this. This is about as good as you can get. And there's the 8. 5, 3, 8. $70. All right, so now let's just bump the 8. Rack. We want our ATM machine. We want to take money home, right? This is the ATM machine. We're trying to bring $100 bills home. So we want to be collecting something. And there's the 8 right back. Right back, 105. Bump up the 6. And we're going to go and bump the 9 too. We're going to collect $50. In this case, I wouldn't worry about the come progression because I got $150 here. Now, if I was on the pass line, I would be starting my come progression now because I want the 7 to be a winner. And there's the 6, 5, 1. That's going to be another $105. Let's bump up the 8 this time. And the 5. And at this point, what's up, Todd? At this point, we're just ATM machining this thing. We're just letting it spit money out to us. And there's the 7 finally. Okay, perfect. I know it looks like we lost a ton of money, but we didn't lose any money. All we did on this whole shot was collect. That's all we did. There was no losing money. Because none of this was out of our initial bankroll. None of this was out of my exposure to start. So whatever this is, it doesn't even matter because you're way past that. You're way into the profit. So it's only initial exposure, guys. The only thing that matters is the initial exposure. Once that initial exposure is to 0, everything is fine. So what do we got? There's 1,000, 1,500. So we're up $400 or something right there. All right, so let's see if we can get it to cause us some problems. Let's see if we can get it to roll some bad numbers. All right, random roller. Nope. No bad rolls. One, two, three. Well, 150 win. In my opinion, you shouldn't play the pass line. The only time I play the pass line is after I've made money and then my don't point gets knocked off. And then I move over to the pass line because I'm expecting a 7 at that point. And my expectations are that a 7 will come at that point. So I don't play the pass line unless it's that specific situation. There's a 639. Same situation. 60 and 60. The one thing about this, guys, is this doesn't take shooting skill. You don't have to be a good shooter. You're beating the game with the tools that it provides you with. $437. Okay. We went 0.7. Fantastic. We won $30 on a 0.7. Right? Yeah, we lose 120. But we made 150. So on a 0.7, we win 30. Right? Everyone at the table's losing their money. We win $30. It's great. You don't have no worries. Once you get through that first roll, there's no more worries. See if we can get a hit. I need to get off. It's rolling too good. We're not seeing any adversity. Hard 10. We got to see some adversity. We'll go to 90 because it's on the 10, right? Then what does that mean? We're going to have to throw $100 in the odds. Make sure we're covered. All right, 180 versus 190 in payment. 7 rolls, we only win $10, but we got a $100 bill waiting right here on the 6 and 8. We can get 1, 6, or 8 to roll before a 7. We made $100. All right, so let's see what happens. There's an 8 right there, 628. $105. Do whatever you want. You just covered $100. Yeah, I put it up to 90 because we got the 10. If you get the 10 or the 4, you can take a little more chances. Because there's only 8% chance you'll roll one of those. That's it, 8%. 3 combinations of dice versus 10 combinations of dice and 6 combinations on the 7. So at that point, wins to losses, you're 16 to 3. 16 ways to win, 3 ways to lose. $100. We're not even going to press this time. We're just going to see how many $100 bills it makes us. Just see this time. We'll just do it a little different. 1, 2, 3. You're already way up. Just let it ride. And there's the 8 again. 628. $105. So now you've made $210 and you have $250 at risk total. Because the only bet you can lose out here is this bet. This is the only bet you can lose. So remember, you've made $210, right? Yeah, you've made $210. You might as well get this off the board. You're up $210. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to take advantage when it's on the 4 or the 10. You have to take advantage of them times, guys. So now we're plus 210. We got 150 in coverage, and we have 180 at risk. So what we actually have at risk is nothing, because we're plus 210. So our actual risk is 0. So you want to go up to 150? Okay. Yeah, why not, right? You got 210 in the bank. Yeah, you can attack, no problem. Okay, so now what do you got? Okay, you got 150 here, so that covers one of them, correct? And then you have 210 that is covering this other one. So no matter what here, you're still good. Yeah, you could take them down and then just try to beat the 10. That's a great, you got 2-to-1 advantage. But right here, okay, so this is covering the 6. Awesome. And then you have $210 that you've already put in your pocket that covers this 150. So the worst case scenario that can happen right now is that you can lose $150. That's it. That's your worst case scenario. And you win 60. You'll be up $60 for this shooter. And there's a 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and there's our 7. Dang it. Is that a big deal? No. You won 210. That was covered. So you won 60 overall. I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I'm not sure. 6, 7, 8, simplest strategy out there. Simplest, easiest strategy out there, and it works all the damn time. I mean, every now and then you're going to have the run that goes 7, 11, 7 and costs you a bunch of money. The huge majority of the time, you're going to have the runs that go point, make a number or 2, 7. The huge majority of the time. All right, so what are we at? Let's count up our money. Let's count how much you could walk home with, okay? You started with $1,500. 12, There's your $1,500. So you're up $610. $610. I mean, it's been 4 or 5 shooters. You're up half your bankroll basically. I don't know how it's went very well, but I mean it can't. The problem is there's only one way it can really go bad. There's only one way, and that's if you just lose a bunch of come out losers. Even if you get points knocked off, most likely you're going to hit other numbers between them. All right, so let's say you want to go for it. So let's jump it up to 300. You got a $600 profit, so this is free. In this situation, if I was going to do this, if I was going to jump this up to 300 and I rolled and I lost this money, I would go home. If I rolled and I lost this money right here after being up $600, this roll came out and I lost, I would leave. That I would not lose my other 300 in profit. I would take this risk because this could turn a good night into a great night. But if I lose, I'm still going to go home with $300. All right, so let's see what happens. 3-1. 3-1-4. So we're in the same position again where we got the golden ticket. So we're going to put another 150 out there. So now we literally still have more than we started with in our rack. We have $10 more than we started with in our rack still. That's crazy, right? We have $600 out here on the board, and we still have more in our rack than we started with. And the only thing at risk is this 300. That's all we can lose. Okay, so let's see if we can get one hit and fight the 4. I like it. Let's see if we can do it. Ooh, that was almost dangerous. That almost got us right there. 1, 2, 3. Boy, that focus is bad, isn't it? All right, I'm going to try something real quick, guys. Okay. Hopefully, that fixed it. See if that fixed it. Here we go. Hard 6, there it is. Hard is still bad, isn't it? I wonder if it's the light. Let me back this light up. That looks okay. $175. $168, 6 and 8. This really makes it hard on me. Why don't we go to 210? If we're going to press, let's go to 210. We're going to press. We're still in the profit, so it won't matter. All right, let's see if we can get another hit. Oh, the 8. $628. Okay, you're funny. What does 210 pay? 175 plus 70. Is it 245? $210 pays 245. 280? No, yeah. 240 pays 280. I think it pays 245. Back down to 60, he says. So you're going to leave that 300 out there defending 60. You want to leave that 300 defending 120? So I owe $5 back. Okay, $5 are back. So I got your 60, they're both at 60. If it was me at this point, after just making $300 or $400 like that, I would just fight the 4. You got a $300 4. I would take this down. You just made way more than enough money for this shooter. Don't be greedy. You got a 2-to-1 advantage here to make $300 more dollars. I thought it was 245. Yeah, I mean, you could put odds on it. Yeah, I'm fighting the 4. So, like, whatever you won, you could put in odds. I agree with that. You don't have no problem there. You know, let's say you won 240, you could put 240 in odds. You know, because that was a free hit. So you're just adding to this good play here. This is a very good play. This is the best play you can get in the big game of craps right here. This is the best situation you can get in just for a 1-to-1 type play. So let's fight this. Let's see if we can get a 7 before 4. If we don't, we're basically going to break even on this shooter. Oh, there's an 8. 538. We guess we should have kept going up, right? Boy, that is really bad. I don't understand. Let's see if I can get it to go a little lower. And then it did that again. Yeah, the 6 and 8s are hot. Yeah, should have stayed up, right? But let's just see if we can get this 7 in here. There's the 8 again. It is a little better. Okay, I'm getting the focus a little better. Oh, there's another 8. Another one. And this is pure random, guys. I'm just chunking them up in the air. Can we get a 7 before a 4? I don't know. Oh, and there's our 7 right there. 4-3. 4-3-7. So we got our money. Okay, so that's 300 on the flat. We got 240, so it's going to be 120. You fill the rack with black. So that's 2,600. 2,900. 2,945. Off of 1,500. Didn't do anything special. Nothing special. We had some good rolls, but we had some bad rolls too, guys. Remember, we had a couple 0.7s. So we didn't just only win. We had some 0.7s. So, I mean, it wasn't like it went perfect. And no more extremely long rolls or nothing. It's just the nature of what this is why it wins. Because once you get in the advantage and you get that one hit in, you're in the profit. That's it. You start in the profit if you get past the come out. But then the one hit comes and you're really in the profit. And that's all it takes. After that, it's just about manipulating and how much money. It's just about manipulating the game and deciding how much money you want to risk it for. How far do you want to go? You know, how conservative or aggressive do you want to be? 500? You mean 600? We could go 600. I'll go 600. Or we can go 500 don't and 240, 6 and 8. That makes sense. No, we'll go 600. We'll just do it. This is Rob's show. Rob's running the show. 6 and 6. Are we working on the come out? Okay. Working on the come out. Hold on, let me get you a lucky chip. Okay, we got Pat. We got Ting's chip. We have Dice Grinders chip. We have Aces chip. Okay, 6 and 8 is off. We got Thunder's chip. We got Chili's chip. I got so many. We got Bird Dogs. I got more than that too. They're just buried. All right, so which one? Oh, you said we're being off now, so you ruined my whole plan. You want Bird Dog up there. I like old Bird Dog. Here's Bird Dog. No. That's Bird Dog. Okay, that's Bird Dog. He's our lucky chip. Oh, man, we're just going to go for this. But you said you want it off, right? So let's set you a point. Let's set you a point. Let's see what happens. Get us a point. There's the 10. I don't have a King Dice chip. No. I didn't. Does he have chips? Yeah, no, we're not going to play the don't. We're just going for your 6 and 8. One hit. I thought that's what you wanted. All right, so we're on now, right? All right, Bird Dog. Stand Bird Dog up there, right there. Stack Bird Dog up. Bird Dog's good luck. Oh, Bird Dog comes through with the hard 8. We'll get you a bold blue chip out there or a purple chip. $700. That's the Bird Dog luck. That's that Bird Dog luck right there. So, right, if this was me, you just won 700, right? So you can reduce down to 600, and no matter what happens here, you've won $100. And you still get those out there to play. This is what I would do. In this exact situation, you won 700. You can reduce to 600 and still have two $300 bets. And they're risk-free. Lay 10 with the profit. That's a good move too. I agree. $700 lay 10 is a great move. So you can just reduce down. No matter what happens here, you made $100. No matter what. If you hit one of these, you're back in. You're into some more money. 12. That's the easy 12, though. $600 on the 12. And there's the 5. 415. All right. Stand up, bird dog. Here we go. And there's the 6. Ding, 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 ding. $350. $350. Bird dog is coming through. Keep it 300. Okay. So now, no matter what, you have to win $450. There's another 12. Another easy 12 though. We only roll easy 12s. We don't roll hard 12s. $1,200. We can't bet it now. We just rolled it. All right. Are you ready? See how many more we can get. Oh, dice off the table. Yeah, he's probably already been over. And there's the hard 6. Hard 6. Not really. I think it's just delayed, Todd. Press, okay. $450. Here we go. Oh, point made, but we don't have the don't. No don't for us. Shooter is hot. All right, so we got 450 and 450. We've made over 1,000. Okay. Do we want to work this come out? Bird Dog says work the come out. Yes, I mean, keep the 6 and 8 working on this roll. All right, here we go. Da da da! Aces. We should have been on the don't. 1-1. Here we go. Yo! 6-5, yo. I've created a monster. Oh, the dice off the table. Yeah, you were right, Cat. Another yo. See a horn, bet a horn, we would have been rich. Oh, I just caught just a piece of it. 7. It's okay. That was free money. Free. All right, 500, 2,500, 3,000, 3,400, 3,445. Yeah, it'll do. It'll do. All right. Put Bird Dog on top of there. Got that Bird Dog up there. Bird Dog has Texas on his. I don't even think Bird Dog literally even lives in Texas. He just puts videos out like he does. No, we're going to put it all on the don't. Good night, Todd. We're going to put it all on the don't here. Let's see what happens. 437. I lost all your money, Rob. I lost all your money, Rob. Bird Dog, you failed us. Have you guys ever, I'm sure you guys have seen Major League, right? I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. When that part comes on, you know, like Bird Dog, it's like, fuck you, Jobu. Are you talking about prop bets right here? Are you talking about prop bets in the NFL, or I'm guessing you're talking about craps? I like hopping. I don't mind hopping bets, but I use it discretionary for sure. Yeah, you got to have the right bankroll. Bankroll's a big part of craps. So many people try to play craps with a bankroll that's way too small. $1,500 is fine. You can play with $1,500. It's more than enough. But remember, man, the goal is to make money. The goal, if you're going there with $1,500, you're not going there for fun. So you're going there to make money. So when you do make money, stop. When you do actually make money, and whatever small goal you're trying to achieve, whether it's 200 or 300 or 500, yeah, Colorado, whatever goal it is you're trying to achieve. Thanks, Todd. Yes, you're absolutely right. 1,500 will supply a 24, 42, 60 style very well. You're absolutely correct there. It's far better for that. You'll play, that will allow you to uh, deal with the bad runs. You'll be able to, survive those bad runs. And when the good runs come, you'll be able to profit off them because you'll still have money to back it up. So you won't get scared to play it. So yes, $1,500 is far better for something like that. But the great thing about uh, craps is you don't win or lose on every roll. Like with roulette, you win or lose on every spin. With blackjack, you can push, but basically every hand you win or lose. You know, so with that makes craps far more manageable of a game. So with $1,500, you should be fine. I mean, you should have no problem making money. Do you know press? Go Browns. But yeah, I mean, it's easy, man. This is an easy game. Don't complicate it. I hope everyone liked this. Thank y'all for showing up. That was cool. I didn't actually expect to get as many people, so that was actually really cool. And it turned into something fun. It's always good when it's fun. Thank you. The longest throw I had today, or the longest throw I've had ever. I don't know how long the longest one today was. It wasn't overly long, in the teens. Oh yeah, ever. Um, one time in Kansas, I threw for like an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know how many rolls it was, but I threw for a really long time. Yeah, you guys are welcome, man. I like hanging out with y'all. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it in my next football video. But I didn't really know what I was doing then, Rob. Like when I had that long roll, I didn't. I out of all that whole roll, guys, I had that huge long roll like that, and by the time it was all said and done, I was only up like $180. By the time I was all said and done after that huge roll I had in Kansas, I was only up like $180 because I really didn't know what I was doing at that point. That was a long time ago. Uh, So now I had one a couple months ago. I was with Arkansas Todd when I did it too. I was at Oaklawn and I rolled probably 35 times and made a lot more money that time. But I'm just full disclosure, I had that huge roll and I just didn't know what I was doing. Like I had money out there. It wasn't that I didn't have money out there. I just didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know the ins and outs of pressing. Uh, my craps knowledge was mostly limited to what my grandfather had taught me at that point. And so I really didn't know what I was doing. Oh, I was thrilled. When I got done, I was so happy. Yeah, that's what happens when you play the pass line with odds. If you don't hit that number, I very, very rarely put odds on a number. Very rarely. Unless it's a don't. I use the don't odds. Are you asking me something? Okay. See you, George. Man, Rob, it shouldn't matter to you what people play. That's their money. Let them play however they want. It shouldn't bother you at all. You shouldn't lose any kind of focus. Just do what you're doing. Whatever it is you're going to do it. I play from the don't when I'm shooting, and people laugh at me. They're looking at me all crazy when I'm playing from the don't while I'm shooting. And they'll look at me all crazy, but then when I seven out and I'm still collecting money and all their chips are getting scooped up, I laugh back at them because I was smarter than they were. Yeah, it's only your money that matters. But I've seen that a lot. I see people all the time. That is awesome. Yeah, I've hit the all tall small before in Tunica a few times, but I've never done it back to back. That's amazing. The idea, it's so hard to hit all four horn numbers twice. That is difficult. Yeah, that could be an indicator. That's a good one. A five number $25 fire bet. That's a pretty good one. I've hit the fire bet, but I've only hit the first level of it. I've never got past that level of it. They don't have the fire bet a lot of places anymore. They have it at one place I know of in Tunica for sure. If I would have got to that point, I couldn't have helped myself. I would have hedged it. I would have laid that same number. That way I couldn't lose. I'm about to go to bed, guys. It's like 12:48 here. Yeah, sure. The thing with the don't is you should be playing it bigger than the pass line, obviously, because it's 1-1, and once you get it through, it's 1-1 on the 7. It's on. I mean, you're in good shape. So you should be playing it bigger. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I gotta go to bed, and you guys have a great night.